Hello, dear learners. Greeting for the day. Welcome back to Health, Hygiene, and Wellness classes. Today, we are going to enter part 2 of the Health and Wellness unit. In part 1, you have already learned about the basic concepts of health, fitness, and wellness, and how all of them are interrelated to each other. In this class, we are going to learn about definition and concept of BMI, that is body mass index, and waist hip ratio, WHR. These are very critical tools to assess an individual health status. These tools determine whether the person falls into obese category or healthy category or an underweight category. By knowing this, we can judge the health status of the person more effectively and give them remedies to improve their health status. Apart from that, this unit will also deal with water requirement, water which is a very, very essential element for human life. Let us start with body mass index or BMI. It is a measure that helps to estimate whether a person has a healthy body weight for a given height. It's calculated using the given formula. BMI equals to weight to be written in kg units divided by height written in meter square. BMI categories are: if the BMI falls below 18.5, then the person is said to be underweight. The person is said to have normal weight with respect to their height when the BMI is 18.5 to 24.9, and the person is overweight when it is between 25 to 29.9. Class 1 obesity, that becomes a very big medical condition, is between 30 to 34.9. If BMI is more than 35 and up to 39.9, then it is called as class 2 obesity. And when it is greater than 40, it is known as morbid obesity or class 3 obesity, which is greatly fatal for bodies. Now coming to uses of BMI. From the figure you can see BMI is used for population level assessment as well as health risk indicator. Let us see this in detail. Population level assessment, BMI is used in public health to track obesity trends and the prevalence of underweight, overweight and obesity within population as discussed earlier. Health risk indicator. A higher BMI can be associated with an increased risk of various health conditions such as heart disease, stroke, type 2 diabetes and certain cancers. Conversely, a very low BMI might indicate malnutrition or other health concern. This means when you assess a person's BMI, if the BMI is more than normal, that is more than 25 or more than 35, then the person falls in a dangerous risk of having lifestyle diseases like diabetes, stroke or heart diseases. If the person falls in the category of normal BMI, then in future he is not much susceptible to lifestyle diseases. Uses of BMI. Pros: it tracks obesity trends in a person as well as in population. Health risk indicator, that is, it can forecast whether the person is at greater or lesser risk of lifestyle diseases. Public health tool for various organizations. Cons: may misclassify individuals, doesn't count for muscle mass as it takes only overall weight of the body for calculation, and limited cultural relevance. Next is the waist hip ratio. The waist hip ratio can give insights on your health risk associated with distribution of body fat. Generally, if more fat is stored around the waist, it is associated with higher risk of certain health conditions compared to fat stored around the hips, which is peer body shape. Now, for women, low risk WHR is when it is less than 0.8. Moderate risk is when it is between 0.81 to 85, and high risk is when it is more than 0.85. For men, the values differ. Low risk is when it is less than 0.90, moderate risk when it is 0.9 to 0.95, and high risk when it is greater than 0.95. Measuring techniques. To measure your waist, locate the narrowest part of your torso as shown in the figure indicated by A just above the belly button. Use a flexible tape, generally which is used at the tailor shop, to measure the circumference of your waist at this point. To measure your hips, please look at the point B in the figure. Locate the widest part of your hips, which is usually around the buttocks. Measure the circumference at this point. Now whatever values you get, you have to just divide the waist circumference from the hip circumference. Now next, coming to water requirement. Water is an essential component for the survival and functioning of all living organisms. It plays a crucial role in physiological processes including digestion, circulation, temperature regulation, and waste elimination. Most of our secretory juices, hormones, and other bodily fluids are made up of water, including blood. They have 95 to 99% water, in which important solvents are dissolved. So it becomes very important that we are well hydrated at all given times. So coming to general recommendations, men should drink about 3.7 liters per day and women 2.7 liters of water per day. These recommendations include fluid consumptions apart from water, like from juices, buttermilk, curd, different cuisines from southern part of India like rasam, sambar, etc. Body weight method. To become more specific and bio-individual way to measure the water requirement, we can do a simple calculation. A common guideline is to drink 30 to 35 milliliter of water per kilogram of body weight. Water requirement also changes with activity level. Moderate activity level, add 0.5 to 1 liter of water per hour of exercise. For intense exercises like people who are going to gym and doing weight training, they can increase further water intake, especially in hot and humid conditions. Climatic condition. It's very obvious that in hot and humid climate, we will require more water due to perspiration. And during high altitude activities, you may need more water to compensate additional fluid loss through perspiration or sweat. In special physiological conditions like pregnancy, pregnant women should aim to drink about 2.8 to 3 liters of water daily, because better absorption of food will lead to transfer of food from the mother to the baby. Breastfeeding. Lactating women need 3.1 to 3.8 liters of water per day to maintain milk production and hydration. How do we know that we are dehydrated? So some signs of adequate hydration are light colored or clear urine. Darker urine can indicate dehydration. Minimal thirst. Frequent thirst may signal inadequate water intake. Normal skin elasticity. Skin that bounces back quickly when pinched is a good sign of hydration. Feeling energetic. Dehydration can cause fatigue and reduced concentration, whereas a well-hydrated body will always be energetic. Water intake. Follow the standard daily intake recommendation based on gender as discussed earlier. According to body weight, please drink water by multiplying this 30 to 35 milliliter. Adjust your water consumption according to activity. The days on which you are outside or you're doing more physical activity, drink more water. Climatic condition. Increase the intake in hot or humid condition to prevent dehydration. It is always good to measure your water while you're drinking. Keep one standardized bottle or vessel that measures about 1 or 1.5 liter, and take care that you complete 2 to 3 bottles of the same to meet your water requirement. Hydration indicators. Good hydration, but be watchful to not overhydrate yourself, because when you overhydrate yourself, important and essential salts and minerals from the body get excreted. Okay, so optimal hydration is the key. So high skin elasticity, high urine clarity. When you are dehydrated, it is low skin elasticity and low urine clarity. Ideally, your urine color should be tinge of yellow. Too much yellow means it is dehydrated, and water like urine which has no color, that means you're overhydrated and your body is losing vital minerals and salts. Thank you, students.